If you have any doubt about whether or not animals have emotions, get ready to find out. This video is all about some of the most heartwarming moments of people reuniting with animals that have ever been caught on camera. Here are the list of most heartwarming animal reunions. A boy was devastated after he lost his beloved cat 7 months ago. When his family moved houses, the cat probably got scared, ran off, and got lost in the mix. His family tried to search for their missing pal, but to no avail. After 7 months since the cat went missing, the hope of finding him was scarce. But luckily, the family finally found the cat and brought him home thanks to the microchip. They were happy to see that their tabby was safe and healthy. Capuchin monkeys Xander and Ohana missed their grandma. Stephanie Fusco, the owner of the monkeys, wrote about the video she posted on their YouTube page. At the start of this animal video, you can see the monkeys hanging out on the bed. They sure do look cozy. But as soon as they see their grandma walk through the door, they start screeching with excitement. They cannot wait to embrace her and run into her arms. What a priceless reaction from these animals. In this footage of the emotional reunion, Kirsty instantly recognizes her former handler, embracing him with her trunk as he walks to meet her. Mr. Adamson was a keeper at Calder Park Zoo and looking after Kirsty during the early 1970s before she moved away in 1987. He had lost track of her when she left Scotland, but recently discovered that she had moved to Germany and arranged to go visit her. The two shared a warm hug at their reunion in Germany as Mr. Adamson stroked the elephant and Kirsty curled her trunk around him.
We can't wait here.
Tofu, a white cockatoo, was not ashamed to show how he feels when he met his handler again after being apart for several months. Tofu is a staff member of Feathered Follies, an avian-centered pet needs store. But as the pandemic ravaged the country, the store had to make tough choices. Being a favorite also meant they are one of the most relinquished birds. To raise awareness, Tofu became a spokesbird for responsible pet raising. While we don't speak bird, we know that Tofu was elated. Sonia is a bear that has been in the Orphaned Wildlife Center since she was a cub. When she was a small cub, Jonathan used to be one of her caretakers. She has not seen him for many years, but recently he came to visit her to see if she would remember him. Not only did she race to the fence line when she heard his voice, but she also immediately started playing with him in a game they used to play when she was a cub. A retired bricklayer and part-time fisherman found a starving, oil-covered penguin lying on his local beach in southeast Brazil. Chao Piero de Souza scooped up the bird, who he named and took home. He cleaned the bird, fed him, and named him Dindim. When Dindim was strong enough, Piero de Souza took him back to the sea. Dindim has returned to Piero de Souza's island village every year for the last 5 years. It's really loved to see when animals reunion with humans. Fernandez was finally able to leave his home and visit his donkey, Baldamera, who had been staying in El Borge. It was the first time that he'd seen the cute animal since the lockdown restrictions went into place. The touching reunion was caught on camera, and it was so moving to watch as the little donkey raced through the field in order to see him.
Hola, ¿qué pasa? ¿Dónde está mi burrilla? ¿Dónde está?
She was her-hawing the entire time. A homecoming party is just what they have prepared to surprise their little friend. Both of them are very energetic and just can't wait for their friend to come back home. Clyde, an 11-year-old cat, had been missing for 12 days. 10-year-old Jarrett had always had Clyde in his life, and so it was a devastating situation for himself and the family. Luckily, a neighbor spotted the lost cat after recognizing him from a lost and found ad and returned him while Jared was in school. Check out the amazing reunion. Monkeys are capable of feeling a wide range of emotions, including joy, happiness, and empathy. They look out for one another and often provide help when needed. This monkey was caged, though he was crying to meet his owner. Try not to cry, because this is not any funny animal video. Can you see the tears in his eyes? Though crying has always been used to describe the vocalizations of monkey and ape infants when they are being weaned, and when they are separated from their mothers, in this case, it is absolutely clear that he got super emotional with the presence of the owner. An adult polar bear named Aji was unusually close bond with Mark Dumas, the man who hand-raised her since she was a cub. They swam together and cuddled. She even purrs like a cat when he's near. Aji has her own swimming pool and pen on the Dumas property, with the option to roam around on the grass as she sees fit. When Mark goes away, Aji is a little upset. If Dawn's there, she'll go over and say hi to Dawn, the wife of Mark. Basically, that's the love up to Dawn, and then look at him like, you've been gone. In this animal video, you can see a dog reunited with its owner. A dog rescued from a floating roof in the sea off Japan's northeast coast after the tsunami had been reunited with her owner. Wagging her tail, the 2-year-old mixed-breed dog named Ban jumped into her owner's arms at the animal shelter at the Miyagi Perfection in northern Japan. In this dog video, the only details provided about the owner are that she is a woman. She has an adult daughter, and her family suffered tsunami damage. The reunion came about after the owner saw her dog's rescue. Great example of heartwarming animal reunion with owners. Just this month, Lloyd Golson and his family made the 18-hour trek from Alabama to Colorado to be reunited with their boxer, Boozer, who had gone missing 9 years earlier. Boozer had escaped from the family home when he was just 8 months old, but their family never stopped searching. Boozer was brought into the Foothills Animal Shelter by a man who had been caring for him but was no longer able to. The staff at the shelter were able to locate Boozer's microchip and contact Mr. Goldston and his family. A family in Louisiana never expected to receive a call that their Yorkshire Terrier Sam was found 4 years after he went missing after escaping through a hole in their fence. Sam was brought to the Cedar Rapids shelter in Iowa as a stray and scanned for a possible microchip, which was found and included the contact information for the family. Once Sam was healthy enough to travel, he flew back first class through United Airlines and was reunited with his family. This is a story of Cheeto and Pancho and the unexpected rewards of an act of kindness. When the gator goes for a walk, Nobumitsu Murabayamashi has a strap on his snout and is kept on a leash. Trips outside for an adventure. Just getting the gator down the steps and out the van takes a lot of effort. The gator rides in the back with his own pillow. The pet gator is a hit at local schools. Most of the kids seem to have no fear. One day he thought that the gator was gone, but after a while he found him in the bath. Great example of heartwarming animal reunion with owners. When Linda Gall took her newly adopted Boston Terrier to the vet, she was extremely surprised to find that the dog was already microchipped and in fact belonged to another family. 7 years prior, Lola had dug a hole under the fence and escaped from the family's yard. Julia Arango and her daughter were stunned when they received a call from the veterinarian informing them that Lola was alive and well. Linda Gall, an animal lover, didn't hesitate to turn Lola back over to her previous guardians. Trisha Osterman received a special present for Christmas this year when she got a call from the San Diego Humane Society, 400 miles away from her home in Phoenix. Trisha's cat Sophia, who had been missing for 7 years, had turned up at the San Diego shelter, where they checked her for a microchip. Trisha rushed to Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport to anxiously await the arrival of her cat. It was an emotional day for Trisha as tears of joy streamed down from her face. This woman used to care for this young foal when they finally reunited. After a long period of time apart, the foal had already become a magnificent stallion named Fritzy. They can also be protective, loving, and loyal. Yet make no mistake about it, there are certain people they detest and want nothing to do with. Sweep away everything in their path or jump on your back. But judging by Fritzy's reaction, this wild animal is clearly happy to see its former caretaker. No need to apologize. I'm crying too.
Oh, she gave you a hug. Oh my God.
This reunion can move anyone to tears. You may watch him on Discovery Channel, talking about Kevin Richardson loves lions to the extent that he has rescued and rehomed several. Along the way, he has built a substantial following and personal media brand that generates revenue and allows him to continue doing what he loves. His public shows of affection for his tame lions have earned the wrath of those who feel he is setting a bad example in the war against the abusive cub pet industry. Although there are not many details regarding the mysterious Adolfo, we know that he rescued the seemingly fierce lioness in Mexico when she was just a small cub. He brought her to a wild animal reservation where he named her Kiara after the Lion King movie character. Years would pass, and it seems that despite the pair being separated for so long, Kiara would never forget the kindness Adolfo showed her as a cub. As Kiara saw her human dad, she ran over and crash-talked with the human with slobbery kisses and big-pawed cuddles. Cheesy the cockatiel landed on a little boy's shoulder in Newburgh, New York, and didn't want to leave. Sam Esposito didn't know it, but the bird had been flying for 4 days and lost over a third of its body weight, so probably had reached the end of the line. In fact, a veterinarian later said that Cheesy likely would have survived only one more day in the wild if it hadn't been for the kind family in Orange Lake.
Now before he flies away again, and then we find him in Beacon. I can't do this.
Has he gotten away before?
No, it's the first time.
Which reunion melted your heart? Did you fall in love with any of the animals before? Feel free to share your comment below. Like always, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and leave us some love in the comments section. To keep up to date with all of our awesome videos, be sure to hit subscribe and turn your notifications on to never miss a thing. Until next time, do take care of yourself.